What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? MooseNukem here, back with another Anthem video. Today I want to talk about the Season of Skulls event. I guess you would consider this video maybe a wrap-up or a recap, something like that, but with the Season of Skulls coming to a close, I kind of like to get into some of the pros of the events, some of the cons, and what we can use from this event to help improve the next event coming, which is IceTide. Let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. So as we know, ladies and gentlemen, the Season of Skulls was the very first seasonal event within Anthem. It revolved around free play and the Cataclysm. It was a Halloween-themed event, and it offered some pretty cool rewards upon completing a list of challenges. So first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I want to kind of talk about the pros of the event, because there are a lot of them. And the very first thing I want to mention is the aesthetics. The artwork and surrounding Fort Tarsis, as well as free play and the Cataclysm, the fog, the decorations, and everything kind of got you into that spirit, and it kind of fit well with the spirit of Halloween, and I thought that was really, really cool. I'm really into the artwork from the event. It was a lot of fun. Next, I want to talk a little bit about free play, guys. So I was really, really impressed with what was done with free play with this event. So as most of us know, free play is a lot of fun, but it's pretty much been like a ghost town. Not a whole lot to do, but a lot of that's changed with Season of Skulls, and I was really impressed with the three events and having to complete the three events to unlock the anomaly, which changed every week with a different boss, a different layout, and different mechanics needed to defeat that said boss. And another cool thing in free play too as well, guys, which I thought was really cool, was the scavenger hunt for the hoods for each of the javelins. You had to first find 10 skulls throughout Fort Tarsis, which kind of gave you clues as to areas within Bastion and free play that you could obtain those 10 skulls and receive your helmets for your all 4 javelins, which included the hoods. So guys, I want to talk about the cons a little bit. Now, there may be a few more of these than pros, but I just want to be straightforward. And first and foremost, I want to talk about the Cataclysm. And you guys probably knew that that was coming, but I just want to mention right off the bat, guys, I really, really enjoy the Cataclysm. I thought it breathed complete new life into Anthem, and even though it's somewhat old now and we all know the mechanics and stuff like that, well, most of us do, I still have a lot of fun within the Cataclysm. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit about the issues with the Cataclysm and the Season of Skulls event. So most of you know that have been playing this event, you may have already even completed the challenges, but there are a set of challenges for the Season of Skulls in the Endurance section, which include defeating a total of 7,500 enemies in the Cataclysm. It starts at 500, then it's 2,000, then it's 5,000 in total. Now, this was the biggest issue for me, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure it was for a lot of you as well. Now, when a developer puts an event into a game, guys, they want their player base to enjoy the event, right? Well, the thing is, the Cataclysm is a very, very repetitive event, and even though we're seeing it again in the Season of Skulls, it hasn't changed much since the very first release of the Cataclysm. With that said, guys, 7,500 kills within the Cataclysm, being that it is a very repetitive mission, can get very, very boring very, very quickly. So one of the main things BioWare mentioned upon releasing Anthem is that they mentioned that you could experience the game by yourself without actually having to communicate with other people, but it's preferred and it's more fun to actually be on a team to get the most out of Anthem reward-wise and just enjoyment-wise. And I have to feel like the Cataclysm is probably the biggest team-based event on the game. Now, with that said, being that it is the biggest team-based event on the game, most of the challenges within the Cataclysm event are personal challenges, like including the kills, or the 160 Skulls challenge, amongst others. So basically what that means is, to do certain challenges, you could also be screwing your team in the process. Because one of the biggest things with the Cataclysm is maximizing your point value within the Cataclysm to be able to gain as many crystals as you can. That way you can buy that sweet loot out of the seasonal store. So if we take new players, for instance, guys, and they're just entering the game, you know, they got a pretty high level, they want to try the Cataclysm, and they're jumping in on a lower difficulty, or even some of the Grandmaster difficulties, but yet they see some of the players just simply killing stuff or looking for skulls and not actually doing any events. So when it's all said and done, nobody's getting any points. They're not maximizing their score for what they can get out of the seasonal store. So essentially, guys, this is basically what we've seen within the Season of Skulls. Yes, there's been good, but there's also been bad. Now, as far as we have IceTide coming up here in the near future, and most of you guys know that we did have a PTS recently showcasing some of the stuff that's going to be included with IceTide. Now, what I would like to see from IceTide is more team-oriented events. Now, I know Season of Skulls did have team-oriented stuff like the free play events and the anomaly and different things like that, but at the same time there were a lot of personal stuff to be done inside of team-based events. Now, with IceTide coming, I would like to see more challenges and more rewards to be completed that involves a full team of working together. And don't get me wrong, guys, I thought the rewards were really, really cool. I love the armor that was included with the Season of Skulls, but being the longevity of the event and the challenges that are needed to complete that to receive the armor is a little bit ridiculous. Now, I'm okay with challenges to that extent. I'm okay with the event lasting that long as there is more incentive than just armor. So I'm hoping with the IceTide event, and I did hear, now I think it's just speculation, but I did hear that there are going to be weapons involved with the IceTide event, which is really, really good. So basically that gives you more of a reason to play the challenges and complete the challenges if it's offering more of an incentive than just cosmetic armor. Now, we all love it, guys, but we can only do so much with so much armor. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to see some of that included with IceTide. Now, we know the IceTide event's going to be centered around the Tyrant Mine. It's going to have some cataclysmic features to it. Now, not only would I like to just see the Tyrant Mine, but I would like to see the other strongholds as well. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but it sounds pretty cool. Also, in addition to that, Bastion's going to be covered in snow. We're also going to have javelin races throughout free play, so I'm really, really excited about that. That is definitely a step forward in the right direction. But if there's going to be endurance challenges, please do not make us go into the Tyrant Mine and kill 7,500 enemies. Please don't do that to us. BioWare, we do not want to do that anymore. As much as I did enjoy killing enemies in the Cataclysm, because it did breathe a new life into the Cataclysm to actually kill stuff instead of just focusing on the time and getting events completed to maximize our score, I did enjoy that, but still, guys, it went on a little too much for the reward just being armor. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I want to see with the upcoming IceTide event, and I guess you would say my review on the Season of Skulls event. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, guys, I am not bashing the Season of Skulls event whatsoever. I thought it brought a lot of good in with Anthem, and I really, really did enjoy the event, and I hope you guys did too. So, that, again, guys, is my take on the Season of Skulls event, and hopefully the IceTide event coming up has a lot to offer us. I'm really, really excited. It should be here really, really soon, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, guys, if you did. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. My name is MooseNukem. I play Anthem all the time. Come back and hang out with me sometime. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.